and I understand that, but I don't think that the setup of a UK-based open source thing will necessarily.
I'd rather listen to tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know. I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my time of space boy funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I am.
Tell a UK-based story, but within the broader context
inside
of
the
what's
music, see
happening
my
in the
diaries, a
field
song,
of
song. Till I write my next verse, then I go again. Into the studio, I feel like I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Sign a line of funds, whatever life, I'm more like Chachi, Cola. I told you, funky like bars. Can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? I pass on your golden stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance my own money. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA.
So there you go. I mean, the way to get that, I think, addressed would be to get the Cabinet Office and Christine Connolly to be more public about the value of this space. But the confusing messages still remain from the top down about the role of open source in the NHS, and until the messages change from the Cabinet Office or the DH, that you know, those of us who are trying to do anything open source still odd people out, if you like. So that's where, you know, the maximum change, I think, benefit could happen if we get different messages coming out of it.
I think that's important, Tony. I mean, as I say, I've spoken to the Cabinet Office and meeting with Kumar in weeks. What was very apparent is the way the health service works and operates with suppliers and systems and solutions is very different to other government departments. So they've definitely got an open ear, and they also, he has close links with Christine Connolly, and the purpose of the meeting is really to discuss the barriers, the challenges, everything that we've faced over the last couple of years, and discuss that with them, and for them to try and, you know, help rules and governance in terms of policies and procedures to potentially be overturned on the basis to facilitate and support open source. So I think we've already got a route into the Cabinet Office, and if anybody has anything literally that they want me to take forward to that meeting, you know, please feel free to email that through to me, and I'm more than happy to take that through to them on behalf of health as a whole. But I'd like to think that we've already started that journey, and we might start to see things overturned that makes it a lot easier for us to deliver open source concept.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a no-brainer for them to support the website and the you know, the small community that we've got going. I mean, that should be just a no-brainer for them to just put a bit of petty cash into that. I can't see how they could say no.
I think the difficulty that we've had, and again Denise can correct me if I'm wrong, is that we didn't want this to be a top-down approach. So, you know, we all believe in this, and it's a no-brainer to us, and we can quite happily take this forward. But you know, the new rules where it can't be top-down, government-led, because that tends to switch organisations off. So what we've really tried to do is stimulate organisations, and as Denise said, we're only 2 years into it. We could have probably done with another year to stimulate the market a little bit more certainly within the NHS and, you know, and wider. But we are where we are, and so, you know, we've got to work with that. But I don't know if Denise wants to add anything to that.
I guess another difficulty for us is as well that because we were set up as connected for health.
I understand that.
I mean, it's been said, and I kind of agree that government should have a kind of supporting role. Obviously, we don't want it to be a controlling role, and to find a sort of happy medium, that would be cool, But clearly, government, in the shape of the Department of Health here, of course, will have its own agenda in wanting to promote things in open source, and I think that's a legitimate interest. So, sort of promoting or implementing standards in the shape of open health tools, is perfectly legit and should be encouraged. But in terms of the sort of wider promotion of open source across the NHS, I think it probably does need to be a firmer stance here, really, from Cabinet Office. I think they're prepared to give you that. I don't think you can holding them back. But I guess they're also wanting the department to take a more leading role, rather than everything coming from Cabinet.
Is it value or symbol?
Does make sense. And as I say, we are working with the Cabinet Office, and I think, as Kwamar said, he deals directly with Christine Connolly. So
not a number.
There is the direct link to the Department of Health, and I think we're possibly at the beginning of a journey there to work with them. So, for want of finding better words, we are where we are in terms of we've got the project that we're running does end at the end of September. We're very conscious that we're trying to stimulate the market. We're not going to have the resources at the moment to run this nationally. So we really are looking for help and support, if it's out there, to take it forward as an entity in itself. And really that's what the discussion was for today, to see what the options are, what we can do. And I take on board.
Question, which is in your comments box. He's asking if there are any pots of money that could be used to support the project for 6 to 8 months after the project. That's questions for you, Jill.
Yep. I'm afraid, certainly from the CFH at the moment, we've got no, I've been given no remit that there'll be any more money after September.
I suppose where I'm coming from, though, I know that some of you are members of healthiq.com and working on the application.
Is it value or symbol?
And I suppose the reason for my input is because I see some synergy between what eHealth Open Source is trying to do.
Is it value or symbol?
In terms of there are issues that are out there that require driven involvement to help promote and share
Is it value or symbol?
Now, one of the things that we're doing is we're in the process of more tooling to there's more communities coming on every day, so it's really just to say there is a place there where you'll be able to go in, set up a group called eHealth Open Source, set up different subgroups inside there, maintain your own web pages, maintain your own
group management, document resources, etc., etc. But you can, again, share those with other groups. So anything that you're doing that is leading to the QITP initiative, which is basically what everything should be about these days, in terms of improving cost efficiencies. That's really what Health IT Consulting is about, is providing a place where everyone can go and do that free of charge to create and share this best practice. So it's really just an offer really to let you know that it's there, and I'm more than happy to pick that discussion up offline with anybody else afterwards if you're interested.
Yeah, again, I think from our perspective, you know, working from the Department of Health / Connecting for Health, you know, we are seen to be impartial, so this is really about the community. So if I'm not answering some of the questions directly, it's because you know, it's not our decision. This is really about the communities, and I guess at the end of the day, it will be the communities that decide and agree where, you know, things are hosted. And I think, you know, looking at the uptake of the participants we've got today, at the moment is about 7 in total. We were expecting more, but not too many more. I mean, maybe there isn't, you know, the appetite for it still isn't really there, and I think that's what we're trying to stimulate really. It still seems to be a pocket of individuals that can see the light, and I think, you know, the whole plan really is to try and get organisations to want to do this. And so the question is, for the NHS, what's in it for them? Why would they share? What do they share? And potentially, I mean, when we can try and do this before the project ends, is to try and show some of the benefits realised by doing open source. And so we hope that when we get the competition entries back by the end of June, we hope that we'll be able to share the learning from the competition of where people have had successes to hopefully promote open source and how organisations can see what's in it for them. But in terms of where things are hosted, you know, who administers it, who governs it, it is a tricky agenda really. I think that's